Alright, how we doing, folks? Your boy Marco's over here on the channel, man. And we got ourselves a little Mega Man action over here. We got ourselves specifically Mega Man 4. Whew, man. I mean, this one was kind of tough. I ain't gonna lie. This game was kind of hard, yo. Straight up, you know, some of these Mega Mans are easier than others. This one to me I had a little more of a challenge with. Honestly, to me it would kind of rank Mega Man. I'd go 1 the hardest, and the rest could kind of be lumped in between in terms of the challenge factor in them. But I kind of had a bitch with this like last boss right here because of the limited resources I had. You know what I'm saying? And he's invisible, for Christ's sake. He's in the dark. You can't even see who I'm fighting. I go, okay, man. And she was like, where is he? And I'm like, I know. That's the problem. That's the problem, man. So big introduction over here at Mega Man 4. We continue with the slide mechanics and everything. We got to 3, and then we managed to. And that was a perfect run right there, managing to use the limited resources I had over there in terms of that. Mega Man 4, you use all the resources, use the big addition here. You get all the stuff that Mega Man 3, but you get the Mega Buster. And it's not as cool as it is in X. You know, it's not even as cool as it is in 5, which I've already been at the time I recorded this. It's cool though. Like, it's cool to have that option. All of a sudden, you know, I'm playing Mega Man, I'm holding down that button entirely, which I was kind of doing almost sometimes anyway before in the previous games, just because I've grown up playing X and I'm so like I gotta hold this button or whatever. Storyline in this game, man, I think like Dr. Cossack, whatever. This is a pretty interesting name if you know some Russian lore. I think it's yeah, I guess it's in Russia. It's is it Ukraine? I don't remember exactly, but whatever. If you go back and you basically Dr. Cossack over here, I'm doing my train of thought over here, man, because I'm getting text messages and stuff. I'm trying to read everything while I'm doing this video. He was like the bad guy, whatever, and then you go through his 4 stages, and all of a sudden it's boom, ha, surprise! It's actually Dr. Wily, and you're like, oh yeah, you again. Listen, I really appreciate the non-effort they gave story-wise. Now, there is some backstory, like the beginning comes with the story, and I'm sure the instruction manual had more, and I'm sure, you know, it somehow fit in with maybe the cartoon. I'm sure there's a manga to it. I'm sure there definitely is a lot more story in terms of what we see here, and that story keeps developing, you know, and it kind of takes its own spins in the Battle Network series, takes its own spin in the X series, takes its own spin in Mega Man Bass, takes its own spin everywhere. But the basic story of these first games, man, it's just awesome, man. It's like, yo, just go out there and save the world from these robot masters. You already know who it is. You already know what it is. Let's do this. And to me, it's right now is a great time for me to play these games. You know, I would have loved to play them as a kid because I would have beasted through them and played hard. And the Xbox collection also, what it allows you to do is kind of create save states, for lack of a better word, where you can save wherever you want and whatnot. So I'll pretty much try to run through the stage like you would, and then I'd save right before the boss, you know, and then from there I'd go. But Mega Man itself had checkpoints, the original game. So you're not doing anything too crazy there, but definitely makes the game substantially easier. And it's, you know, these games are hard, but they're all manageable. They're all beatable. They're not like overtly impossibly hard. You know, honestly, I'd probably say Batman was harder than these games. If I would just throw out a game that I'd beat on the NES that may have been harder than that, definitely the final boss in Batman was probably harder than anything in Mega Man. You know, once you figure out kind of how things work and who's who and what fits what, and, you know, there's no Spark Mandrill System kind of guys, you know, nothing's that easy. That's something I do appreciate, you know, even if you get the, I mean, there's often times when I go, and I basically play these Mega Man games now 2 ways. Kind of depends on my time constraints and how I'm feeling that week. I have a list of, like, the quote-unquote order you should face these guys in, because, you know, that's all debatable. And sometimes I'll look at it, and other times I won't. And I love this stage. A lot of dark stages in this Mega Man map, and this one we're like over here in space and whatnot. And it's just, it's cool to see just the progression of what they did from Mega Man 1 to Mega Man 4. Just the level of stuff that's just been added on, the colors, the huge sprites. I mean, they add on some big sprites in these games, man. The introduction and use of Rush, which I think came in, ooh, I'm gonna say 3, but what was in 2? No, 2 is still just, yeah, it was in 3. 2 still had the number or whatever. I don't know if they had numbers, but whatever. It was, I understand what they were. The 1, 2, 3, I think it was. So Rush came in 3, which I forgot to even mention in my 3 video. And then they kind of blew it up over here in 4, and I think in 5 we kind of used the similar abilities to Rush or whatnot. And I believe I'm gonna die here soon because, as you can see, I don't have too much life. This stage was a bitch, yo, honestly. And hopefully I use Rush Marine over here, which I actually never used during the game. It's one of the cool things about doing these challenges is that they give you extra. They don't give you extra stuff. They pretty much unlock the whole palette. So when I beat this game, I actually never unlocked Balloon. I still haven't even used Balloon. I got Wire. I knew where that one was, or I found that one. Better said, I don't really know where anything was, but I found it. Or unlocked. I don't even remember what the hell you had to do. I never found Balloons. Still don't really know what it does. But I've Rush Marine. I never used them because I don't think I had one when I went to this stage. And it's really cool to go back in the challenge and just be able to do that, man. And these springy fools, man. You got the snow. I love the music on this map, man. Oh, Mega Mans. I gave this one an 8.5 out of 10, honestly. It was difficult for me to give it like a grade because it didn't leave the impression that 2 or 3 left on me. But to me, it still advanced the series, and it's still a really good game. And if I were to go back and play these games, I would definitely go 2, 3 first. And I love this little guy. This little guy just basically just gives you stuff, man. And you just see him randomly throughout the stage to give you stuff. This was definitely a little bit easier in terms of what they give you. You know, they give you a lot more stuff than any other game. So, running through this collection over here, man. I expect Mega Man 5 to come up over here on the channel soon. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video. Deuces.